Hi, Assalamualaikum everyone. Welcome back to our podcast Here Us Loud. I am Balkis, your moderator for today, and our theme today is about education. So with me here is Miss Eva Afrina Batisha, our speaker for today.
Hi everyone, my name is Eva Afrina Matrisha binti Muhammad Azuddin. I'm a first year student from Faculty of Science and I'm taking Ecology and Biodiversity as my major.
So, moving on to our topic for today, does education guarantee success? So, Miss Eva, what do you think about this statement? Do you think that if we obtain a higher education like degree, it can guarantee our success?
Alright, in my opinion, education helps you to find success, but it doesn't guarantee that you're going to achieve that. Because, for example, let's say you don't have a degree, let's say you don't even go to high school, but that doesn't mean you cannot get money. You can actually do business, you can sell some products, you can do a lot of things. However, in this world there's a lot of humans, right? And we are trying our best to show to the employers that we are the better employees. So what do we have in order for them to actually trust us? So, like, for example, I can sing, and there's another person who is from an art school who studies singing and vocal, and then she also say that she can sing. So which one will be chosen to be a singer? Of course, that person with degree will be chosen because she has proved that she can sing and I don't. And both of us are talented, but she will be,
The prioritas.
the priority. They will prioritize her first.
Yeah, even if we want to do business, we need to have at least a little bit knowledge about business before we start business, right? So, like, can we still be success without formal education?
Yeah, of course we can. I mean, there's a lot of celebrities, there's a lot of businessmen out there that doesn't even have a degree, but they just start from bottom. But here's the thing: when you have a degree, you have certain knowledge. Like, for example, when you don't have any head starts, any knowledge about that things, you will learn from your mistakes, and if you don't give up, you will improve yourself. But when you have a certain knowledge, you will make less mistakes. For example, let's say I want to be a chef. I'm creating like this recipe, right? But let's say I don't read a recipe book. I just want to make the curry, right? But I don't know the ingredients. I don't know how to prepare the chicken and stuff. So I will one day will create a delicious curry, but after so many try and errors. But for you, for example, let's say you already have a cookbook, right? You already have a knowledge like, oh, we need curry powder, we need chicken, we need a lot of herbs to make a beautiful and delicious curry. So after you just created the recipe, you can add your creativity inside the cooking.
Yeah, instead just following the recipe step by step, we add our
Yes, but at the end of the day,
doing our own ways.
at the end of the day, you will find a really good curry. You will create a really good dish, and I will also create a really good dish. But the difference is, I will make more mistakes in the process. And some person they are willing to face those mistakes. But I don't think a lot of people have the
Audacity to
I don't
learn from
think
mistakes.
I don't think a lot of people really want to learn from a lot of mistakes. I mean, it's smarter for you to learn from others, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because when you make mistakes, it's kinda make your self-esteem go down, and it kinda ruin your spirit to become success. So, like, do you suggest there's other alternative way that can lead to success?
Yeah, sure. I mean, other than education, like I said, you can. I mean, for you to find a success, it's just that you should not stop doing what you're doing right now, and you should always gain knowledge. Like, So why people, here's the thing though. So why people kept on telling that you have to get a degree, you have to get a degree. Here's the thing. For some people, they have to be pushed. You know, they have a potential, but they have to be pushed in order for them to reach their highest potential. Like, for example, there's a lot of my friends who are really, really smart, and they were doing well in school because, like, you know, in school we are pushed to, you know, to finish our assignments, to take quiz, to take tests, but they then, when after they have taken their SPM, they decided not to pursue their studies. So after they have done that, they became just a normal, like they could have become a doctor, they could have become a successful person, but now they're just
They
doing,
just kind some person just cannot
they're just
handle
doing
the
their job.
academic stress.
Yeah, like, and for me as a friend, I know that if they have a bit of pressure, they can become,
They can go further.
they can go further, but they're not that like that. So right now, for example, they don't have to study, right? Because they're not pursuing degree. They just like find money for themselves. And they don't even, for some people, they don't have this mindset of wanting to be rich. So they just want to live happily. So like, they're just living under their parents' roof, using their parents' car. Like, they're just like that. They're not poor, but they're not really someone that you can look up to, you know? Yeah. And there are also some of my friends who like, when you give them free time, they will use those free time to gain knowledge. Yeah. So this type of people, they don't need to be pushed because they will push themselves.
Yeah, they know their limit.
Yeah, so these types of people are, I can say that are one in a million, because these type of people, they don't have to pursue degree. Like, for example, I can say, like, Bill Gates, right? Like, he dropped out from his university, right? So like, he's a type of person who pushed himself. So even though he dropped out, he still can create an empire.
Yeah, a very successful one.
So I think like about this other way for you to gain success is based on your personality and on your behavior and on your mindset. Like, if you think you're the type of person who needs to be pushed, then you have to force yourself to get education, or else you're gonna end up being nobody, like being lazy. But if you're the type of person who doesn't need to be pushed, like, even if you're a housewife, you will find the time to read news, to find knowledge, to learn about something new.
Even housewife needs skills.
Yeah. And you can see a lot of different housewives. Like, there's this housewife who doesn't know about the world, who just cooks for the children, and there's this housewife who knows everything because she has free time. So
there's a big difference you can see there.
Yeah. So it's really based on the way you carry yourself. Yeah.
So like, Miss Eva, which type of person you think you are?
I think I'm the type of person who pushes myself, but at the same time, I like to be pushed just a little bit, because like, I like to enjoy my sweet time, but at the same time, I want to be a person who has full of knowledge. So for example, like, I usually spend my free time watching TED education's videos.
Oh, that's impressive.
Yeah, and like reading some news. But at the same time, I also use them to, like, chill, like watch Netflix and just YouTube videos.
Watching Netflix is one of my things to do, but hearing TED Talks is not my thing.
I mean, I don't like hearing TED Talks. I like there's this channel where it's like TED ED, TED education, yeah. So they actually educate you about some random stuff, like the history of cheese, for example, and it's quite fun to watch because, like, it's in a cartoon
Oh, yeah,
cartoon video.
yeah.
It's in animation, so I find it like really entertaining because like the way they animate those hysterical story doesn't make
Yeah,
me feel
because
bored.
animation do catch
Yeah,
most
yeah, yeah.
eyes
Yeah, I mean,
rather than just plain
yeah,
text
yeah, yeah. I mean, like
and talking.
for TED Talks, I don't really watch them. I mean, I do, but too much motivations is like it doesn't really give me
Yeah,
any.
it doesn't get you anywhere
Yeah,
actually.
I need to like gain some knowledge lah, macam tu. So yeah,
So like if I'm not mistaken, you're ecology student,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So what do you plan to be in the future?
To be honest, like I want to have a PhD. Yeah, because like I really love science, and honestly I really like to learn about I really like learning about the environment, plants and animals.
So
So
you're earth
so
person.
yeah, I kind of I'm not really. I mean, I like drawing, but I choose science because this is just my opinion. When if I choose art, I can't pursue science because like you need some certificate to pursue science, right?
Yeah.
But if you pursue science, you can pursue art anytime because you don't really need in Malaysia. You don't really need certification to pursue art. As long as you can
As long
draw,
as you got
yeah,
the
as long as you get the talent, you can do it. I mean, of course, compared to those who actually go to an art university, there will be there are professionals, and I'm not. But at the same time, I feel like I feel the value of science knowledge is too high for me to lose.
yeah, and science like the one you learn in high school and the one you learn in your
Yeah,
degree is not the same.
yeah,
It's
it's not the
totally
same
not the same.
thing.
So like Miss Eva, do you think if you did not pursue your study to this degree, can you still achieve your ambition?
Um, well, my ambition is, I mean, initially I wanted to be a scientist, but at the same time, I really like doing business. So I want, I'm not really sure what kind of business I'm going to do in the future, but I'm definitely going to do a business. But probably maybe I'm going to like create a product based on my science knowledge and then sell them. I'm not sure about that. But for me, I don't think I can become a scientist without the certification because like who's gonna believe me? Like yeah, like I'm telling people, hey, I know about plants, I know
Even
about
you have the
animals.
knowledge is not
Yeah,
valid.
people are not gonna believe me because like it's like for example, you are from a family of doctors and you know everything about medicine, but you're not taking medic. So like who's gonna believe you?
I'm not gonna believe you
Yeah, who's
too.
gonna give you the permission to do surgery, right?
Yeah, even I rather be in pain than
Right.
let you touch me.
See, yeah, so that's that. I mean, that's what a bit special about science in my opinion because like in order for people to believe you, you have to show that you're
Yeah,
certified.
you need document.
Yes, true.
So like degree is important.
Yeah, for my ambition, yeah. It's very
So
important.
let's say your definition of success is like financially free or work life balance. So without education, can you achieve all of that?
Um I think yes, but it's gonna take a really long time and it's gonna be really hard. Because like let's just imagine I don't have a degree, right? But I want to be financially free. But at the same time I want to live a comfortable life. So that means I have to work really hard for me to receive enough salary to live comfortably in life. Like I don't need to be a millionaire, but just to be enough, right? And what kind of work should I go to? Like, like I have to do business. Like,
Yeah, business
and
is one of the quickest way
yeah, I
for
have
you
to do
to
business. And
become rich.
yeah, but at the same time, there's a lot of ups and downs when you do business.
There's another quick way.
Yeah.
If your parents are already rich, then I think you're not gonna struggle that hard. But
Yeah.
right now we're talking about education, right?
I mean, I heard like a lot of, rich kids, like super duper rich kids, where their parents are multi-billionaires, multi-millionaires. they don't really have to struggle much because they, macam, for example, their parents will just buy another company and give the company to them. As long as they are not really that stupid, they just, they have the brain to handle those business with their parents guiding, they're going to be okay. But for me, I have this principle of, when I went to school, I was taught in an Islamic view where the Prophet tells us to keep on learning. Like every day we have to keep on learning. Like doesn't matter what kind of knowledge you're
The
gaining.
word saying belajar sampai ke negeri
Lianglah, right?
negeri
Not sure.
China.
Negeri China.
China, I
Yeah, I
think.
don't remember. I don't remember the
Something like that. But yeah, education is important.
yeah.
Even like our religion
They
encourage us to just go study no matter how old are you.
yeah. That's why like I even though I obviously I really like money, but I prefer,
everyone loves money.
I prefer knowledge. I prefer knowledge lah. Like I would rather, for me, even in finding a partner or a friend, I will value those friends who are really educated and are really smart compared to those who are really rich but they're not really educated.
Yeah, I also find someone with knowledge kind of interesting.
Right,
Like
they're
the
kind
way
of
they
like hot,
talk,
right?
the way they thinking.
Yeah, it's
you
very
can see it
different.
very different from people who are
I mean, if you
with
even
less knowledge.
sometimes there's a time where like I've met like like in a room where there's like doctors, engineers, scientists, and then there's also those businesswomen and businessmen who doesn't have education in their life, but they're very rich. They're like 10 times richer than those doctors and scientists. But when they were talking, when they were doing a conversation, we can see those aura, those like class.
Yeah, you can feel the
you can feel the
you can feel the
classiness.
knowledge.
Yeah, like they're not talking about like, for example, they're doctors. They're not talking about medicine. They're like doing a fun conversation. Like, but the way they talk,
The way they deliver their message.
it's very. It's something that I really appreciate because like it's very classy. It's very. I don't know how to say that this in words, but very expensive.
I kind of get you because you can sense.
I can say like an expensive personality. I don't know. I don't know the word classy personality. I don't know, but yeah, I really like the way they carry themselves. Even though we know they're not really rich compared to those business people, but for me, since they're richer in knowledge, is something that attracts me the most lah, and it's something that I value the most in life, like that lah.
So like to you, can success be measured based on academic qualification or there are any other factors such as happiness, fulfillment?
Like for example,
Um to achieve success in life, do you think we just need just academic qualification?
no.
Other factors such as happiness,
Yeah,
fulfillment?
I think it depends on people's definition of success. Like, for example, a lot of people define success as based on financial and money.
Yes.
Like, if you're a millionaire, you're gonna be successful. If you're someone who's respected, you're gonna be successful. But there are also those who value success based on how happy their life is. Like, how many people are rich but they're not really happy.
Yeah, we don't know other people's struggles,
But
right?
there are also people who are poor and not happy. So I prefer to be rich and sad. Like, it's better to cry in a Lamborghini, right?
I agree with you
Yeah.
because money can't guarantee you happiness.
Yeah. But it's better. It's better to
it's
be.
better to be
rich
have
and
money.
sad. Yeah, because when you don't have money, you're not gonna be happy. You're gonna struggle because everything needs money. Even to wipe your tears using tissue. Tissue needs money. You You need to buy those tissues. Yeah, but it depends on people's definition on success. For me, my definition in success is like to live comfortably and to be financially stable. Like I I find it like I don't need to be a billionaire to be successful, but I want to be someone who, for example, let's say I want to eat this expensive food.
Anytime.
And I can do it anytime. But at the same time, I don't have money like billions in my account, but just enough for me to enjoy my life.
So, what are your opinion about people that thinks they need to become billionaire in order for them to label as success?
Well, I think that's fine because if that's what makes them happy, yeah, I think that's fine because like some people they don't really care about making money. They just want to live happily. But yeah, it's fine as long as if that's what they want, then it's fine. I mean, if they become rich, it's actually gonna
Jackpot.
yeah, it's kind of like jackpot. It's gonna give you good economy impact on your country anyway. Yeah.
So, like, in your opinion, how does education can influence our opportunity to become success?
In my opinion, it's gonna im- it's gonna what we call that give a lot of impacts because like I said before, in this planet there's a lot of humans with a lot of talents, a lot of personalities. So the how do you want to present yourself? How do you want to show to people that you're better than them? So you have to have this like certificate, like for
Even it's just
example,
a paper.
yeah, it's just a paper. Like for example, in Korea, you know the difference between Korea and other countries. The celebrities, the idols, and the actors actually went to a specific school that focused on those what they're doing right now. Like for example, they want to be an actor. They actually went to an acting
Yeah,
school.
yeah.
Like
They really take
yeah,
it
yeah, they
seriously.
take it seriously. Like to be an actor there, you need certification. Just like how you want to be a doctor in Malaysia, you need certification. Yeah, you need to have certification in Korea. Like there's a lot of people who are talented, but you have to remember, if you are talented, there are many more who are just as talented as you. So how do you want to show to them that you're like way better? Like I'm not gonna deny, like you can see a lot of our celebrities in Malaysia or in the United States, those Hollywood artists, since they are talented, they they rise in the entertainment industry. Like for example, who yeah, Ed Sheeran. Yeah, he started as someone who sings like at the street, right? I'm not sure. Like he didn't start as someone who's like
Yeah, he
really
didn't.
professional just like that, right?
He didn't start then get at the top.
Yeah, but it takes time, right? But look how talented he is, and the chances of people to be like him is not really 100%. Like there are many artists who started at the bottom and didn't find achievement in becoming as successful as Ed Sheeran, right? And I'm not saying that Ed Sheeran didn't work hard, because he worked really hard.
Yeah, we don't know
He worked really hard,
the
but
struggle.
there are also people who work really hard. But you have to be really strong to
You have to be strong
pursue.
mentally and physically.
Yeah, I mean, if you're willing to do that, then that's fine. But for some people, for me, I don't want to. I don't want to like kept on like learning from mistakes like that. So I think it's better for me. I think it's better for me to like start as someone who's not really on the below, but someone who's like
In the middle.
in the middle because of my certification, and then rise to the top. And even if I don't get to rise to the top, at least I wouldn't go at the rock bottom. Yeah, so these people who are without certification, is I think it's quite hard for them to go in the middle. Like it's either they go at rock bottom or they can rise to the top.
Yeah.
You know how like
You can't stay in the middle forever.
like I can say like artists, like painters, right? You can see a lot of painters who are broke because there's not a lot of people who wants to buy their artworks. And even though they have certification, but when they want to sell those paintings, they have to get customers, right? So not a lot of people want to buy your paintings, and paintings aren't really cheap. Paintings are expensive.
You have to be rich to buy.
Yeah,
art.
but what happens if someone buys the painting? Then they become rich, you know? So it's like you can't be in the middle. It's either you're on the bottom or on the top. And once you reach the top, you will continue to, if you can continue to maintain your place, because you have gone through a lot of what we call that, a lot of hardships, struggles and hardships in life. But the process of climbing the stairs to success is gonna take a really long flight lah.
So, my last question. After all our discussion and your point of view, what do you think about the statement, does education guarantee success?
mm, I Does education, is that a statement?
Yeah, that's statement
Question.
statement question. Does education guarantee success?
I don't think so. I think what guarantees success is your mindset on certain things. And the thing is, when people talk about education, you can see here, like, okay, generally people who are educated, who has a degree, what does it show? It shows that those people, they learn during their university life. So what's the difference between people who learn and people who don't learn? They have knowledge, they are more open-minded, they are more disciplined. This is general thinking. I mean,
In general.
yeah, in general, like not all of them are true, but what do people think? Like, they are more disciplined, they are more flexible.
They have different ways of thinking.
Yeah, because, like, for example, you only get these things like in university. Like, for example, let's say you don't go to university, would you push yourself to wake up early in the morning to go to class? No, right? Because you don't have anything to do. Would you push yourself? Like, most people wouldn't push themselves to wake up early, and those who do, they are special. They are good people lah. But most people, they're lazy. But when you go to university, even though you're lazy, you have to wake up early in the morning to go to class.
Because it's your responsibility.
Yeah. So in a long time, after a few years, this is gonna become like a natural habit for you. Even though you don't go to university anymore, it's gonna be like something that you have learned to become a more productive person. Yeah. So that's why when people say education, it actually doesn't refers to them getting a certificate. It actually refers them their mindset. Yeah. So that's why it is. But there are also people who are educated but have shallow mindset. Yeah, there are also people who are not educated, but they're brilliant. Their ideas are nice. They are more flexible, more disciplined. But generally, yes, people who are educated are more, what we call that, more independent, more, yeah, better, generally.
Yeah, I totally agree with your opinion, because I also do think education is really important in order for us to success. So thank you, Miss Eva, for your sharing and your point of view. Such a good thinking and impression. So you guys, it doesn't matter which where the education level you are at, but if you want to be success, you just have to trust yourself and believe in the process. Because in order for you to success, the first thing is believing in yourself. So thank you, Miss Eva, for your sharing today. And that's all from us.
All
Thank
right,
you.
you're welcome. Thank you too for having me. Bye.
Bye.